They're closer than you think, and they're not coming by accident. This is divine alignment. You've been feeling something stirring deep inside. A sense that something major is about to unfold. And you're right, because heaven is assigning someone to cross your path, not to distract you, but to activate you. The moment you meet them, something inside you will wake up, a sleeping purpose, a vision you buried, a fire you almost gave up on. They're not just a connection, they're a catalyst, and when they arrive, your life will not remain the same, because your purpose is about to be awakened. You see, chosen ones often walk through life misunderstood. You carry vision, depth, and a spiritual sensitivity most people can't relate to. So you learned to guard your thoughts. You learned to silence your ideas. You learned to keep your dreams private, because the wrong people just didn't get it. But the one you're about to meet, they will see you not just on the surface, but in the spirit. They'll speak to the version of you you haven't fully stepped into yet. And just like that, you'll remember why you were created. God is using this person like a mirror, not to reflect your flaws, but to reveal your potential. When they speak, something will unlock. Their words won't just encourage, they'll activate. You'll feel the pull to move, to shift, to finally say yes to what's been burning inside you for so long, because that thing you almost let die, that dream you were about to release, God is breathing life into it through this connection. They may not come in a package you expect. They may not look like what you imagined, but spiritually, they will resonate. You'll know them by the fruit, by the peace, by the way they challenge you, not to shrink, but to rise, because you weren't born to stay quiet. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to shift atmospheres, to change generations, to birth movements, and this connection is heaven's signal. It's time. You've served in silence. You've matured in secret. You've been faithful with little. Now you're being awakened too much. The person God is sending isn't coming to take the spotlight. They're coming to remind you that you have one, and it's time to step into it boldly, unapologetically, and on purpose. You've had moments of clarity before, moments where you felt close to stepping out, but something held you back. Fear, timing, uncertainty. This time will be different. This person won't just speak to your dream, they'll speak into it. They'll see your potential, even in your unfinished state. They'll speak with a tone that feels like destiny, and you'll feel something shift in your mind, in your posture, in your spirit. It will feel like alignment, not hype, not emotionalism, but divine, undeniable alignment. This is more than a mentor, more than a friend. They're an igniter, a divine key. And when you meet them, you'll realize God had this moment planned all along. You didn't miss your time. You didn't fall behind. You weren't forgotten. God was preparing you, so when the connection arrived, you would be ready. You see, many are gifted, but few are activated. You can carry greatness and still remain dormant if you never meet the right voice. And for too long, you've been powerful but unprovoked, talented but untapped, anointed but underutilized. This person will awaken all of that, and it won't take years. It will happen in a moment. Because what God is doing in this season isn't slow. It's accelerated, and it starts with a person who was born to help you remember who you are. You're about to speak differently, pray differently, move differently, because once purpose is awakened, you can't go back to normal, and the world won't even see it coming. They've known the quiet version of you, the reserved, hidden, humble version of you. But after this encounter, they'll meet the awakened version of you, the version who knows their voice, carries authority, the version who understands they were called to influence lives, not just survive them, the version who no longer waits for permission to shine. The reason you've been under pressure lately, it's the final squeeze before the release, the final stretch before the shift, because what's being birthed in you is too big to be delayed any longer. That's why you feel the urgency, the restlessness, the inner stirring. It's not anxiety, it's anticipation. God is setting you up. You'll cross paths with this person at just the right time. And when you do, they won't just meet the current you, they'll meet the called you and treat you accordingly. You won't need to explain yourself. You won't have to tone yourself down. They'll recognize you spiritually because their purpose is intertwined with yours. You've been awakened before, briefly, through sermons, books, moments in prayer. But this time, it won't be fleeting. This awakening will anchor you. So prepare your heart. Stay sensitive in the spirit, because your next season doesn't begin with applause. It begins with a conversation, and that conversation is going to activate the very thing you've been praying for. You've been asking God for a sign. You've been praying for confirmation, and this person is that answer, not just in words, but in their presence when they speak. It'll be like hearing what your soul has been trying to say, but couldn't quite express. You'll feel heard. You'll feel seen, not just by them, but by heaven itself. Because God is not just awakening your purpose, He's aligning it. This person is a divine connector, and you are the divine assignment. You are meant to collide in this season. It's not coincidence. It's not random. It's heaven orchestrating destiny behind the scenes. Don't be surprised if they come at a time when you're tired, when you're second-guessing yourself, when you're wondering if what you carry even matters. That's when heaven sends a voice, not just to remind you of who you are, but to reignite your fire. This is more than inspiration. It's in part ATI. Something is going to transfer when you talk to them. A boldness, a new clarity, a spiritual charge that awakens dormant dreams. You'll walk away from that conversation different. You'll have language for things you've only felt in silence. You'll finally see how your story, the pain, the delay, the confusion, it was all preparation. You were being positioned for impact. That's why the enemy fought you so hard in your isolation. He tried to convince you that you missed it, that your time was up, that your purpose was too far gone. But God is saying, watch what I awaken in you now. Because this divine meeting is not just about you, it's about the people attached to your voice, the lives waiting on the other side of your obedience, the doors that will open for others once you walk through yours. This person may come as a mentor, or a friend, or even someone you're called to help. But don't underestimate the exchange. They may appear ordinary, but their role in your life is anything but. Because when God wants to shift your season, He often sends a person, and chosen ones. You're in that season now. This is not the time to isolate. This is not the time to retreat. This is the moment to discern the divine. Be spiritually alert, stay in prayer, because this meeting will happen when you're least expecting it, but most ready for it. And when it happens, there will be a spiritual confirmation. Peace will rush over you. Your inner doubts will grow quiet. You'll feel safe to dream again. They won't just challenge you to grow, they'll walk with you through it. This isn't someone coming to observe your calling. They're coming to honor it, to water it, to provoke it in the best way, because what you carry is needed. Your voice is needed. Your story is needed. And it's time to stop playing small with your calling. This person is God's reminder that your purpose isn't a fantasy. It's an assignment, and they're coming to help you build it, not in your strength alone, but with divine help and strategic support. You're not in this alone anymore. The help you asked God for, it's arriving. So when the conversation happens, don't shrink, don't defer, don't say, maybe later. Say yes to showing up. Say yes to learning. Say yes to partnering with God's timing, because delay is no longer an option. You've been hidden long enough now. Your activation begins. The old version of you can't enter this next space. This person is coming to unlock the version that's been waiting to emerge. The bold version, the focused version, the version that walks in kingdom purpose unapologetically. This person may help open doors, but more importantly, they help open you. They'll help you unpack what God packed inside you. That business idea, that ministry blueprint, that creative concept, it wasn't random. It was purpose, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right voice to call it forward. And now that voice is on its way. So what should you do while you wait? Prepare, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. This isn't just a casual connection. It's a destiny-shifting collision. Start revisiting the dreams you shelved. Start writing again, praying again, planning again. Because the moment you meet them, you'll be grateful that you didn't wait to get ready. You've carried so much weight in silence, so much vision without validation, so many answers without the right questions being asked. But now, you're about to be poured into, filled, reminded that even leaders need covering, even strong ones need support, and chosen one, this is your support. Heaven heard you, and the answer is walking toward you as we speak. You'll recognize them by the peace, by the way their words sound like prophecy, by the way your spirit leaps when they speak life over what you thought was dead. And in that moment, you'll realize it wasn't over. You weren't done. You were just waiting for this, for the one God sent, to awaken the you almost forgot existed. So breathe, stand tall, hold your head up, because the divine connector is coming. And when they arrive, you'll know, my purpose has just been awakened. And now that your purpose has been awakened, everything around you is about to shift. This connection was never just about meeting someone. It was about meeting a part of yourself. You had forgotten the part of you that's fearless, focused, and fully surrendered to the call on your life. There's no turning back now. The encounter has marked you. Something inside has been activated, and that activation will echo into every area of your life. Doors will start to open, not because of who you know, but because of who you've become. You're stepping into divine alignment. An alignment attracts everything that's been held up. People will begin to notice a glow on you, a clarity in your steps, and you'll carry yourself differently, not in arrogance, but in assignment. You'll walk like someone who knows where they're going, because now you do. The fog has lifted. The old confusion is gone, and with it, the fear of failure. You understand now. The process had to refine you before the promise could find you. And that divine connection, that person God sent, was the spark that revealed it was time. Time to stop hiding. Time to start building. Time to speak with authority. Time to walk like you've already arrived in the future God showed you. And as you walk, new opportunities will recognize your name. Rooms you once felt unqualified to enter will now require your voice. Not because of what's on you, but because of what's in you. This is what you were born for. The assignment, the anointing. The acceleration, it's been waiting on your yes. And now that you've said it, heaven is moving fast. People will wonder what changed. They'll ask how it happened. They won't realize it started with a conversation, one moment of divine insight, one voice that awakened the fire again, and now you're on fire. You're building differently, thinking clearer, praying stronger. You've stopped apologizing for your calling and started owning it. This new season doesn't come without resistance, but you're not afraid of warfare anymore, because now you understand the weight of your calling. You're no longer shaken by opposition. You recognize it as confirmation. You know now, if the enemy is threatened, that means God is moving. So you keep moving to not just in strength, but in strategy, because the person God sent didn't just ignite your passion, they gave you tools, practical steps, divine insight, and suddenly, things are happening that used to feel impossible. Connections, resources, supernatural, timing, all of it is aligning, because you are aligned. This is your build season, not just dreaming, but doing, not just waiting, but walking. And as you build, don't forget the one who helped awaken your vision. Stay connected. Honor the voice God used, because divine connections are rare. They're not meant to be used, they're meant to be As you rise, you'll look back and remember the moment everything shifted. You'll remember how low you were, how close you came to quitting, and you'll whisper, "Thank you, God, for sending them." Because without that encounter, you might have settled. You might have stayed silent. You might have lived beneath the calling on your life. But heaven said no. Heaven intervened, and that intervention looked like a person. A divine interruption, a timely collision, a sacred conversation that unlocked your next season. So don't look at them as just someone you met. Look at them as the key God used to open your next door. And now that the door is open, walk through it boldly. Step into the fullness of what God showed you. And as you rise, you'll start to notice something strange. Now you become that person for someone else. You become the voice of awakening. You become the divine connection. You become the one sent by heaven, because that's how the kingdom works. He doesn't just bless you, He multiplies through you, and this is the sign that your purpose is real. It starts transforming others the moment you live it out loud. So don't hold back now. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable. You were awakened for a reason. You are the answer to someone's hidden prayers. You are the encouragement to someone's weary soul. You are the reminder that purpose can survive the wilderness and thrive after it. Because you didn't just survive the dark season. You emerged from it with fire in your eyes. And that fire is contagious. So go walk in the boldness of your awakening. Remember what that divine meeting taught you. You are not random. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are prepared. And you are ready. Ready to impact. Ready to lead. Ready to love. Ready to release everything God placed in your spirit before you were even born. The silence served its purpose. The waiting served its purpose. And now, the connection has served its purpose. You've been awakened. Now it's your turn to awaken others, because you are the one they've been waiting for. The chosen one, the appointed voice, the next divine connector in someone else's story. It began with one meeting, and it ends with multiplication. Let purpose flow through you. Let destiny follow you. And let your fire light the path for others who still haven't met their moment yet. Because now you are the moment.